Depending on the nature of a project, it is entirely possible for us to find ourselves creating a scene that has both a large outdoor landscape mesh, possibly reaching out to the edges of the editor grid, but that at the same time has only quite a small playable or walkable area that needs a high quality lighting solution applying to it, such as our interior here for instance. Because Lightmass will by default emit photons based on the overall size of the level though, having that landscape mesh, which may only be in there as a backdrop of sorts, included in the GI calculation, will definitely increase the number of photons that the renderer has to emit, having the knock-on effect of both increasing lighting build times and possibly even lowering the overall GI quality for the more important interior by quite a bit. To help combat these kinds of problems, what we have in Unreal is the Lightmass Importance Volume, which can be accessed via the Modes tab inside the Volume section. Or we could of course simply type Lightmass into the search field, and then add an importance volume to the scene by means of a left click and drag. What this volume does is provide an area inside which the Lightmass engine can employ higher quality GI settings. Why is this good? Well, because it essentially lets us concentrate lighting calculations to the area or areas in a scene that will really benefit from a more detailed lighting solution. Areas outside of the importance volume then receive just a single bounce of lower quality indirect lighting, whilst the inside of the importance volume can have multiple light bounces going on and also be using much higher quality settings. What if we are working on a scene that has multiple rooms in a level that all need high quality lighting applying to them? Well, we can quite happily place multiple Lightmass importance volumes in a level if that is an approach that is needed, although we will have to keep in mind that the final lighting build will be calculated using a virtual bounding box that encompasses all volumes in the level, and so the more of them we have and the more spread out in the scene they are, the more adversely our lighting build times can be impacted. What we need to do now, of course, is scale the volume that we have created so that it fills the area of the scene that needs a detailed indirect lighting solution applying to it. With that, all we need to do now is set our lighting build quality to production, which of course it already is here, and then go ahead and build the GI solution. The Lightmass settings that we are using here are, as already noted, at defaults, but we will of course be looking much more closely at these as we move through our material, figuring out how we can improve on what we have as and when needed. Now, whilst we can hopefully see some subtle differences here, the improvement should become more noticeable after our next exercise, because having gotten the photons and Lightmass calculations focused on the areas that we need in the level, it's time now to take a look at working with our secondary light bounce controls.